In this video, we would like to continue certain specific angles. In the last video, we have seen sin 45, cos 45, sin 30, cos 30, and 90, 60. So sin and cos, tan, we have prepared a table and we have obtained several values for those 6 trigonometric ratios. Now, the question is, can we talk about certain angles like sin 18 degrees, sin 52 degrees, sin 14? The answer is yes. For that, before writing down those values, let us consider some other aspect and let us do something which will help us in calculating many of the trigonometric values. Let us consider the triangle. A, B and C 90 at B. So this is obviously a right angled triangle. And we know that in any triangle, some of the angles is 180. Already angle B is 90. So A plus C must be 90, because in a triangle some of the angles is 180. So A plus C is 90. So this implies A is equal to 90 minus C. A simple identity. A is equal to 90 minus C. So I want to apply sin A means sin of 90 minus C. Let us follow it very carefully. Sin A is sin 90 minus C. So what is sin A? What is sin A? This is angle A. Sin A is opposite side, which is BC, by hypotenuse AC, which is equal to sin 90 minus C. I am just simply calculating sin 90 minus C. What could it be sin 90 minus C in terms of this? Now, let us see in terms of C. I want to use BC and AC to write the angle C. So the trigonometric ratio for this is cos C is sin 90 minus C. Cos C is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So BC by AC is cos C. So sin 90 minus, thus I have sin 90 minus C is equal to cos C. Is it only for the C, the angle C? In similar way, I can write down sin 90 minus A. Look at this. If I want to write down A plus C equal to 90, C is equal to 90 minus A, sin C is sin 90 minus A, so I can evaluate sin 90 minus C. Sin 90 minus A is sin C. What is sin C now? Sin C is opposite side by hypotenuse, which is AB by AC. We have sin C as opposite side by hypotenuse. I will see sin C in a different way. This ABAC is sin C. Now AB by AC I will see as in terms of A. What is this? This is cos A. What is cos A? Cos A is opposite side by hypotenuse. Cos A is adjacent side by hypotenuse. So cos A is sin C. Now what you have to observe is sin 90 minus A becomes cos A. Sin 90 minus C becomes cos C. Thus, sine of 90 minus A is cos A. Let us evaluate cos 90 minus A. Sin 90 minus A has become cos A. Let me evaluate cos 90 minus A. What it is? You know that 90 minus A is C. So this will be cos C, which is equal to. Now what is cos C? Cos C means opposite side. Cos C means adjacent side by hypotenuse, which is BC by AC. Now, BC by AC, I would like to see in terms of A. What is BC for A? BC is an opposite side, AC is a hypotenuse. So BC by AC, opposite side by hypotenuse, is simply sin A. So I'll write down cos 90 minus A is sin A. That means sin 90 minus A is cos A, cos 90 minus A is sin A. Let us evaluate tan 90 minus A. Tan 90 minus A is sin 90 minus A by cos 90 minus A. Why? Sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. So tan 90 minus A is sin 90 minus A by cos 90 minus A. That is equal to, but sin 90 minus A is cos A by cos 90 minus A is sin A. So this becomes cot A. So I have tan 90 minus A is equal to cot A. What could be the reciprocal of sine and reciprocal of cos and reciprocal of tan? Let us see cosecant A, cosecant 90 minus A. Cosecant 90 minus A is 1 over sine 90 minus A. That means if you treat 90 minus A is a theta, this is cosecant theta, which is 1 by sine theta, which is equal to 1 by, but what is sine 90 minus A? Cos A. So what is 1 by cos A? Secant A. So I have a formula. Cosecant of 90 minus A is equal to, what is cosecant of 90 minus A? It is secant A. Now what about secant of 90 minus A? Again, secant of 90 minus A is 1 by cos 90 minus A, but 1 by cos 90 minus A is sin A, so 1 by sin A is cosecant A. And finally, cot 90 minus A will become tan. This is what we have observed in this. So, given any angle A, all the trigonometric ratios of 90 minus A, that means sin 90 minus A, cos 90 minus A, tan 90 minus A, and their reciprocals can be evaluated, and they are nothing but these respective values. So now, put under this, sine becomes cos, and cos becomes sine under 90 degrees. That means under 90 degrees means 90 minus a. Sine 90 minus a will become cos. Under 90 means my meaning will be sine 90 minus a becomes cos a. Similarly, cos 90 minus a becomes sine a. That's what I have expressed in the previous argument. So sine 90 minus cos, cos 90 minus a is sine. Then tan becomes cot and cot becomes tan. Similarly, secant becomes cosecant and cosecant becomes secant. I mean, this is a way of writing, just simply don't worry. And so these are sine becomes cos, cos becomes sine, tan becomes cot, cot becomes tan, secant becomes cosecant, cosecant becomes secant, underlined. I will see a simple way of looking at an example. Sine, I want to write sine 60. If I want to write down sine 60, I can write down this as sine 90 minus 30. Look at carefully. I'm writing 60, 60 as 90 minus 30. Sine 60 is sine 90 minus 30. But under sine 90 minus 30 will become cos of this angle 30. So sine 60 is same as cos 30. Cos 60 becomes sine 30. Sine 60 cos 30, cos 60 sine 30. Similarly, tan 60. Tan 60 becomes tan 90 minus 30. Tan 90 minus 30 will become cot 30. At another observation or a note, what I want to make note is, what is sine 15 degrees? I may not be able to evaluate sine 15 right now, but in terms of cos, this can be written as 90 minus 75. So 90 minus 75, this is sine 90 becomes cos 75. So sine 50 is cos 75. I'm telling you, I may not be able to evaluate sine 15 right now under this, but sine 15 is the value of cos 75. So if I know, if 75 is given, if I can evaluate cos 75, I can obtain sine 15. It's vice versa. Not only that, let us evaluate sine 18, how it will be. Sine 90 minus 72. Sine 90 minus 72 is cos 72. Because sine 90 becomes cos of this angle 72. So sine 18 cos 72. The main observation for this, note 1, actually note 2 is, if A plus B is 90, then A and B are called complementary angles. That means they are complement to each other. They are called complementary angles. So 15 is complement to 72 because 15 is complement to 75. 75 is complement to 15. 18 is complement to 72. 72 is complement to 18. So this is a simple observation which always can be evaluated, the complementary angles. Now, we have some more like, how do you evaluate sine 62 by cos 28? I will say evaluate. These are some examples which you can evaluate without knowing the values. Sin 62, you may not be knowing what the value is, but you can evaluate in this way. Sin 62 can be written as sin 90 minus 28 by cos 28, which is equal to, what is sin 90 minus 28? Sin 90 minus 28 is, sin of 90 will become cos, the angle is 28, so cos 28 by cos 28, which is 1. This is the way of doing some certain problems. Sin 62 by cos 28 will become 1. Even some of the angles we can evaluate. Tan 65 by cot 25. Look at this. Tan 65, you may not be know the value of tan 65 because you know only some certain standard angles like 30, 45, 60 and 90. Now it is the same. I would like to write tan 65. You can do in any way. I would like to write cot 25 as cot of 90 minus 65. 90 minus 65 is 25. So cot of 90 will become tan. So tan 65 by tan 65, which is 1. So evaluate 1. Tan 48 into tan 23 into tan 42 tan 67. You have to observe very carefully about this because tan 48, tan 23, tan 42, tan 67. 48 and 42 are complementary angles. Similarly, 23 and 67 are complementary angles. So let us express them, or let us use this by putting tan 48 and tan 42 together and tan 23, tan 67 together. This is equal to tan 48, tan 42 can be written as, because these are complementary angles, I can write down this as tan 90 minus 42. 90 minus 48. So tan 48, I can write down this as tan 42 can be written as 90 minus 48 into tan 23 into tan 67 can be written as 90 minus 23 is equal to tan 48. Now, what is tan 90 minus 48? Tan 90 will become cot 48 and tan 23 into tan 90 will become cot of this angle 23. So now tan 48 into cot 48, it is 1. Why? Because tan 48, I just simply write here, tan 48 into cot 48 is 1 by tan 48. So if I cancel these two, I get 1. Similarly, tan 23 and cot 23, they are 1. So 1 into 1 is 1. Now, this we can formulate any kind of this kind of example. For example, I want to give an exercise for you. I want to write sine 45. I will write down cos 45 here. In between, I want to write sine 45, sine 40, and then I want to write sine 50. Evaluate this. Can it possible? See, sine 40, sine 50 I have given. Can you convert this into the above problem? The answer is no. It's not possible. Try this one. This is not possible because sine 40, sine 50 can be written as sine 90 minus 40. So sine 40 and cos 40, they do not go. But what I can write down is sine 45, and I will write here cosecant 45. I will write down here cos 30. I will write down here secant 60. Now this will be simple. You can get some number, whereas you will get the number, but you cannot evaluate directly this because you will get in terms of angles. Why this one? Why cosecant and secant? Because the reciprocal of sine is cosecant, so they go out. Similarly, the reciprocal of cos is secant, so they go out, so you get 1. So show that. And 3, you can formulate of your own. Let me write down tan 12, tan 24. Now I want to write down the complementary angle for this. I will write down the complementary angle here. Tan, this is the complementary angle for 12 is 78. What about the complementary angle for 24? 24 means this is 66. Now this is a straight question. Tan 12 into tan 24 into tan 66 into tan 78. I mean, show that this is 1. Prove. Because tan 12 and tan 78, tan 24 and tan 66. This way you can formulate any problem. For example, I want to write down tan x degrees, whatever the x may be, is 1 degree, 2 degree, half degree, whatever it is. If I write tan here, I will write down tan 90 minus x. And what about tan y degrees? Tan 90 minus y. This will always give you 1. Whatever x is, suppose if you take 1 degree here, tan 1 degree, tan 89, the product will become 1. Tan 2 degrees and tan 88 degrees, the product is 1. So 1 into 1 is 1. This is the way in which we have to formulate the problems. And finally, I leave as an exercise without doing this. I mean, this is for you, like evaluate the value of 2 tan 30 by cot 60 into 3 cot 15 by tan 75. Evaluate this. This is a very simple. Another problem is if A plus B is equal to 90, then show that tan A is equal to cot B. That's a very simple task. If A plus B is 90, then show that tan A equal to cot B. Now, assume, I'm writing the solution. Assume A plus B equal to 90. This implies A is equal to 90 minus B. So this implies apply tan on both sides. That means tan of A is equal to tan of 90 minus B. This implies tan A is equal to, now tan 90 minus B, tan 90 will become cot. So cot. So whenever A plus B is 90, tan A is equal to cot B is a very simple task. Can we prove the other way around? That means whenever tan A is equal to cot B, is A plus B 90? Let us do that one. Tan A is equal to cot B. Then show that A plus B is 90. Before proving this, I would like to see a more deeper insight on this. See, if you have A plus B is 90, A plus B is 90, we have proved tan A equal to cot B. Now, tan A equal to cot B, can we prove that A plus B is 90? So, let us see that. Suppose, I'll write down SPSE. Suppose or assume tan A is equal to cot B. This implies tan A is equal to cot B can be written as tan 90 minus B. This is, I'll put a question mark. This is clear because cot B can be written as tan 90 minus B. So this question mark is cleared. So this is A, this is 90 minus B. A and B are acute angles. So A must be equal to 90 minus B. This implies if you bring this B here, A plus B equal to 90. Now, this is if and only if A plus B is 90, tan A is equal to cot B. And if tan A equal to cot B, then A plus B is 90. So this is a very attractive problem. Which another problem is if sin 4A is equal to cosecant A minus 20, then find the value of A. Here also the same simplest. Always I am applying the complementary angles. That means given that sin 4A is equal to cosecant A minus 20. Observe that I have to observe one thing, find the value of A, and A minus 20 is acute. It should not be more than 90. So sin 4A equal to cosecant A. This implies I can write down sin 4A as cosecant of 90 minus 4A, because cosecant of 90 minus A will become sine. So cosecant of 90 minus 4A is sin 4A, which is equal to cosecant of A minus 20. This implies cosecant of 90 minus 4A is equal to 90 minus 4A, which is equal to A minus 20. Whenever there is something, there are acute angles. So cosecant of alpha equal to cosecant beta, then alpha equal to beta. So this implies bring this a to this side, that becomes minus 5a is equal to bring this 90 to this side, that becomes minus 90. This implies a is equal to 5a is equal to 110. So a will be 110 by 5. And I will wind up with some interesting problem. If A, B, C are interior angles of a triangle, then show that sine A plus B by 2, very simple, it's cos C by 2. Sine A plus B by 2 is cos C by 2. The solution is very simple, because the sum of interior angles of a triangle means we know that A plus B plus C is 180. This implies I want to evaluate A plus B by 2. So I will keep A plus B here. So A plus B is 180 minus C. So this implies I will divide by 2. So A plus B by 2 is equal to 180 minus C by 2. Look at carefully. 180 minus C by 2 is 180 by 2 minus C by 2. That means 90 minus C by 2. Now apply. Now sine A plus B by 2 is equal to sine A plus B by 2 is sine 90 minus C by 2. But sine 90 is cos. So cos C by 2. That's what we have to prove.